the ground, shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch them run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch them run away. I got no, I got no rival.
G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and we are back at my beautiful little rooted dirt farm here. It was just guzzling too much bone meal, so I've added another tiny little machine, and now we've got the bone meal pouring in. You can see it coming in up there, and I tell you what guys, this is luxury. No more AFKing for Cortezerino. Now when I want to use this machine, I just switch this little beauty on, and it's just big enough that this thing will never run out of bone meal. It actually stocks up a little bit of bone meal as I have it running. So it all just flows over here automatically, and I've got a little sort of convoluted rig up of hoppers and chests. But that manages to fill up all these chests at just the right speed. That, none of them ever run out, so I can have my minecarts running, refilling the machine the whole time. And yeah, this thing will theoretically run forever. And since last episode I came back and I did a little fiddling around with the timing. It still wasn't perfect. Like this, I wasn't allowing enough time for this water to come all the way down and push the goodies into that hopper. So I actually had to slow down the machine a little bit. But I think now it is running absolutely perfectly. This thing is beautiful. So I think what the next step is for this is to make a second little ice trail that will take all the bone meal over to this machine over here. And I guess while I'm at it, I should probably rig this up with a TNT blast chamber as well, now that I know how to do them. And yeah, then we can get all of our warped wood and crimson wood really easily as well. And I kind of want to, well, I should do it this episode because I actually need to use this machine now because I've got an idea and I'm going to need a ton of crimson wood, but I can't be bothered. I want to get straight onto this project. And that project is to do with my Japanese area out here, but we're going to be working out there soon, but the project's actually to do with my Nether tunnel. So this is the lovely Nether tunnel out to the Japanese area. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm constantly getting shot by ghasts and blaze. And you can see here I've still got dirt and cobblestone up here from the very first time that I found this Nether fortress. It's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty bad. And I give out world downloads all the time too, so it's a little bit confusing for people to come in here and find everything they need. So I think I want to finally get to work on this. There's the old blaze farm that I don't use anymore, so we can sort of block that off, I think. That's the tunnel I've got at the moment, so I want to fix this up completely. And I think I'll actually bust through that wall there and make a straight tunnel, because I've got to keep the tunnel on top. Well, I don't have to, but I want to keep the tunnel on top of this pathway here. So I think we'll run it straight down that way, so I'll have to jump in through one of these walls. But how am I going to design this tunnel? Because so far my little nether hub has all been done in a Japanese design, and I don't think I want to continue that design through the entire area. So just through here we've got a Japanese style tunnel. But I think what I want to do is just down here at my piglin trading, I've got a cool design on the wall here that I quite like. So this room's really nice, and I really do like this wall that I've got here. So I think that will be the design for my new tunnel. And that's why I need a lot of crimson. So we're going to do that. But let's quickly head back to the Japanese area, because I've got a whole bunch of shulker boxes here. And there's one other thing I want to do first. See what I mean? This tunnel is so scary. Ow, I messed that up. I'm nearly getting myself killed here. Cortez, get your mind back on the game. Come on. I'm actually glad that I killed that with a skeleton, actually, because I could use this bit of bone meal for something I'm going to show you here. You see, this is my lovely Japanese area, but it's not super lovely. It's kind of a bit of a mishmash of designs. If we get up on top of the Osaka Castle, you see, I've done a couple of Japanese villages before in creative, and they look nothing like this one. They actually look like a village. This one's just sort of, kind of looks like I've just planted different buildings in all over the place, and that's basically what I have done. They're all different styles, and it doesn't really look like a town. It's sort of got all these little temples and things, a big castle there for no reason. It's a bit weird. That's because this area it started off as a farming area. You see this area in here, it looks all decorative. That was the idea, that this would look nice and decorative. But these are actually flower farms. You put the bone meal in there. We've got some hoppers just underneath the path blocks here, and that'll just go back and forth and make all my flowers, and I've got a whole bunch of them here, so I can get all the different types of flowers. And then inside this big shrine here, I did a tutorial for this build, which has an awesome interior, but this one doesn't have the interior. Inside here is a great big flower farm as well. So I was originally designing all these buildings as having farms inside, like that's a melon and pumpkin farm inside of this big temple, and you'll see it's got a weird gate on it. That's to keep my villagers safe. So this is where I was getting emeralds to start with. I had all the pumpkins and melons coming into here. This is probably full. Oh no, it's not quite full. I haven't been at it, looking in it for ages. But I got those guys there. I haven't been down here for a while. What have I got? Masons. When I was building the Osaka Castle, I was getting all my quartz from here. And, ooh, a super powerful snowman farm. I actually forgot about this one completely. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that was there. That's an indication of how long I've had this world. I've got all these things I don't use anymore, which I should remember, because I was about to build another one of them. But yeah, anyway, this is just a big throw together of different kinds of buildings. And then up the back here, I've done one that I think was actually a real mistake. So I've got lots of tutorials for different kinds of Japanese shops, and I wanted to build them in my world, and so I built one of my favourites, the tea shop. I built it out here, thinking I'd make a whole bunch of shops next to it. And I'm really regretting that now. If I'm going to start building shops out here, I actually need a whole bunch of shops together, otherwise it just looks a little bit weird. They're designed to be in a street with a whole bunch of them right next to each other. But I'm just about to move into the mountain biome here, and that means the colour of the leaves goes all dodgy, and I really don't want to build out in that direction. So I don't think I want this shop here anymore, which is unfortunate because it's a whole lot of work to put this together. It's got a complete interior and a beautiful upstairs, but I actually think I'm going to tear the entire thing down. Which doesn't mean it's gone forever. It will probably return, but in a different spot. Like, I've really got to start expanding out in this direction. This is still all flower forest. So this is probably where all the shops should go, whereas next to the castle over here, I just need something a little bit bigger. That building is way too small and it looks a little bit odd. So I've been designing a sushi restaurant for months now. Well, when I say designing it for months, I started months ago and then I stopped. But I've finally designed an exterior for it. It doesn't have an interior, but it's a lot bigger than most of the buildings in this Japanese area, so I think it will look a lot nicer next to our castle. So I think that is what we're going to do now. We're going to tear this poor shop down and build our restaurant.
Whispered promises straight to my heart. I'd never noticed, but you were never there, you were never there. Hey, you gave me roses. roses set me apart. All I felt was bliss, but you were never there, you were never. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Maybe just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Down in empty streets, looking for joy. I don't wanna admit I'm better on my own, better on my own.
I'd completely forgotten how long nether tunnels take to build, and I haven't quite finished yet. That looks pretty cool. It looks like I haven't done anything to that wall up there, but if we go to the side, you can see there's another tunnel disappearing there. I haven't done anything with this one yet, even though I don't use that blaze farm anymore. I do kind of still need access to get up here, because every now and then my iron golems keep dying up here. I guess okay. Alright, go away. Hang on guys, let me deal with this problem. Okay, got him, and he's making an absolute mess. Oh no, has someone shot my golem there? Is he still alive? He's still alive. What a champion. Let's quickly put all these out. So this is my dodgy little... Oh, hang on, there they are. Let's see if we can see this in action. Are they going to move, or are they going to chase after me? We've got 3 wither skeletons up there. Oh well, eventually they'll see the golems and they'll get attracted because they're super duper good looking, and they'll fall down there and they'll get themselves... Well, they won't get themselves killed. So there's a tripwire there. What happens is I've got a bunch of dispensers that will try and put a pumpkin on their head. Because if they get a pumpkin on their head, they won't despawn. So just whenever I'm in the nether sort of working on things, I can sort of just go through that room, and there's a bunch of wither skeletons down there to say hello to, and I can hit them with the looting sword, so I've got a much better chance of getting our skulls. If I attract them over, are they just going to come for me and ignore the golems? Are they? Yes, they are. I'm just going to get out of here. Okay, that was a nice quick escape. I don't think they're coming for me. Let's get back on the... Yeah, see, here we go. We've got a bunch here. So these guys that don't get the pumpkins on their heads, they'll despawn eventually. But these other fellas will stay there forever. So often when I'm walking through this room, I can just... Yeah, those guys from upstairs are falling down now. I can just walk through this room and have a crack at getting some skulls. Nothing there at the moment, but yeah, that's my farm. But anyway, let's move on. So I still need a bit of access there, so I'll probably keep this walkway in and just put an iron door so nothing nasty comes in here. But let's have a look at the new tunnel. So I had to start it off with this pattern because this wall here I couldn't remove and I didn't have enough room to do anything cool. But as soon as we pass that, here's the new tunnel, guys. How cool is that? So we've got sea lanterns under there, a bit of black glass, and underneath the carpet in the middle, I've got the soil so I can scream through this tunnel. We've still got the access to the blaze and the ice farm out there. That's a flying tunnel. I just fly above those sea lanterns. And you'll notice I've got a glass ceiling. It's because I've had a plan for about a year now. I've never gotten around to it, but I want to build a small Japanese castle just where the portal is. And so we've got a glass ceiling here. We'll be able to see it as we're running down the tunnel. But yeah, that is definitely a major improvement. And here we have the new building, and I just think that looks a lot better. Let's have a little lander. Oh no, I can't get up. Yeah, I can. Here we go. Got a stair. That looks a lot better being next to the castle. It's just a lot higher, and it makes a lot more sense to have tall buildings around there. So I might even add 1 or 2 more at a later date. I'm not sure, but yeah, that definitely looks better than the shop did, and the shop's not gone forever. I've actually put it in this room over here, I was very careful when I was taking it down not to lose any of the materials, so I've got them all there ready to go if I decide to build it again. But let's go have a look at the restaurant with no interior. Yeah, this is way more impressive. So I've built it up on a little embankment there. I think it looks cool. We've got the cool coral block in there. And you see all those grindstones I've got. They're supposed to look like lanterns. They look a lot better when I built it in creative. I had skeleton skulls in there instead, but they're pretty hard to get in survival. So I think the grindstones look pretty good, and I've just got hidden lighting above them. So when the shaders are on, there's lots of light. So we've got a little outdoor seating area here and a little bar top. So the idea is to have the kitchen in there, and everyone can just sit along the edges here and get served. So yeah, haven't designed anything in the interior yet, and we're not going to do that today. We'll leave that for another day. I just wanted to get this building up. And once I actually started thinking about it, this is going to be a little bit hard to do an interior. Just because I thought in this room here, we'd have a bunch of seating, like indoor seating for the restaurant. But then we've also gotten upstairs, so I was thinking, okay, it wouldn't make sense to put a second kitchen upstairs. It'd probably just be more seating up here. But then the problem is with the restaurant. Like, how weird is this? How would you feel if you walked into a restaurant and here's the sort of reception counter, and then they're carrying food in through the foyer? So if the kitchen's here, they're going to carry food past people into this area and up the stairs. So I don't know, I'm a little bit confused now. I don't know, maybe we can make it like, what's that other kind of restaurant they do? Teppanyaki or something, where they cook the food at all the tables and they sort of throw it into your mouths. Maybe that would make a lot more sense because, yeah, then we don't need people carrying plates everywhere. You'd have your own chef at every table. We may end up doing that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, not today. What I want to do is actually finish this episode with just a little bit of decorating around the building. It looks a little bit bare here. We need a lot of gardens. We'll eventually need a path off there to the docks. I think we're just going to build a couple of trees and we'll call it a day. And we'll do just one regular tree that we can throw together pretty easily. But the other tree I want to do is attempt another one of these Japanese pine trees. So I've got a little baby one that I've done here, which looks pretty cool, but now I want to go and build a great big one next to our restaurant over there. And you might have noticed a second ago, I've already got the materials I think I'll need all ready to go. Ooh, I got a painting here because I noticed something in this building and I came up with the best solution for it. Where's any block? That block will do. Just up on the staircase, I've got one weird block right there. Look at that bit of blackstone. That looks ridiculous. So I thought we could just, boom, put a little painting there. Where's my axe? We'll get rid of all these temporary blocks. Doesn't that look much better? That was a nice little solution. So I've done a tiny bit of the interior now. We've got one painting in, but now it's time to do the trees. And trees are so annoying to build, so I'm going to be at this for a while, and I think that'll do me. I won't be back, so I'll say my goodbyes right now. So leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.